Billionaire mocks black waitress in German, freezes when she responds fluently, exposing everything. Where are you watching from? Type your city in the comments. You might just get a shout-out in the next video. If you're a cat lover, hit like. If you're a dog lover, drop a comment. Let's see who wins. And if you love pets in general, hit like and subscribe for some good luck today. It all began on a rainy evening in Manhattan, in one of the city's most exclusive restaurants. The kind of place where a single glass of wine cost more than most people's weekly paycheck, where the lighting was dim, the atmosphere refined, and the air thick with the scent of power and privilege. And that's where we meet her, Naomi Carter. Naomi was a waitress at Louvre, a restaurant known for hosting celebrities, politicians, and the elite. But Naomi wasn't just any waitress. She was sharp, resilient, and carried herself with quiet dignity. Life had tested her early. Raised by a single mother, she had worked her way through school, juggling jobs, fighting stereotypes, and never once allowing herself to be broken by the weight of prejudice. On that night, Naomi carried her tray with precision, weaving through tables crowded with the city's most powerful figures. And then, she stopped at his table. Victor Reinhardt, a billionaire real estate mogul from Germany. Known for his arrogance, his empire, and his ruthless business deals. He was surrounded by investors, lawyers, and models who laughed too loudly at his jokes. His reputation preceded him. People called him untouchable. Victor leaned back in his leather chair, swirling his drink with smug superiority. When Naomi arrived to take his order, he barely looked at her. His icy blue eyes scanned her up and down, dismissing her with a kind of smirk that revealed just how little he thought of her. And then, without lowering his voice, he turned to his companions and spoke, in German. Schauder Ein Schwarz Kellnerin in diesem Restaurant. Kaum zu glauben, dass es ihr überhaupt weiß, wie man das Tablett halt. Look at this. A black waitress in this restaurant. Hard to believe she even knows how to hold the tray. His friends chuckled. One of the women covered her mouth to hide her laugh. Naomi froze. She felt the words cut through her like a blade. She knew exactly what he had said. He thought she was just another poor, uneducated server, someone invisible, someone who didn't belong in his world of wealth and excess. But what Victor didn't know, what none of them knew, was that Naomi had studied languages all through her university years. French, Italian, and yes, German. She spoke it fluently. She inhaled slowly, steadying her tray, her pride burning hotter than the shame he wanted her to feel. With perfect composure, Naomi leaned slightly closer and, without warning, responded. In flawless German. Sie sollten vorsichtig sein, Herr Reinhardt. Manchmal verstehen die Menschen viel mehr, als sie denken. Und Respekt ist ein Sprach, die sie offensichtlich noch nicht gelernt haben. You should be careful, Mr. Reinhardt. Sometimes people understand far more than you think. And respect is a language you clearly haven't yet learned. The table went silent. Forks paused midair. The smug laughter evaporated. Victor's eyes widened, his smirk faltering into shock. He hadn't expected her to understand. He certainly hadn't expected her to respond so eloquently, so confidently, and in his own language. One of his associates cleared his throat. The models exchanged awkward glances. For the first time in a long time, Victor Reinhardt had been made small, exposed in front of his own circle. Naomi didn't linger. She simply stood tall, nodded politely, and asked in English, "Will you be having the house special, sir? Or would you prefer to see the full menu?" Victor stammered. His face flushed red, caught between rage and humiliation. Finally, he muttered, "The special." Naomi gave the faintest smile. "Excellent choice." Then she walked away, her dignity intact, her spirit unshaken. But that wasn't the end. Because sometimes, when arrogance is exposed, the consequences ripple further than anyone expects. The evening continued, but the mood at Victor's table had shifted. His companions avoided his eyes, whispering among themselves. The models excused themselves early, and even his investors seemed less impressed than before. It wasn't just that Naomi had embarrassed him, it was that she had revealed something ugly about him. Word travels fast in exclusive circles. And that night, several people at nearby tables had heard every word. By the next morning, Whispers spread across the city. Articles began to surface online. Billionaire Victor Reinhardt humiliates waitress, gets schooled in German. Blogs picked it up, influencers shared it, and soon the story went viral. The world loves nothing more than watching the powerful fall from their pedestals. Victor's PR team scrambled. They tried to spin it, calling it a misunderstanding, but the damage was done. Sponsors began pulling out of deals. One of his largest partnerships overseas, ironically, in Berlin, was put on pause pending internal review. And Naomi? She didn't expect to be part of the story. She had gone to work, endured the humiliation, and chosen dignity over silence. But her bravery had struck a chord with millions of people. Overnight, she became a symbol of quiet resistance, the waitress who had stood up to a billionaire. Reporters camped outside Louvre. Customers requested her table. Offers poured in, interviews, scholarships, even job opportunities. But Naomi wasn't looking for fame. When a journalist asked her how it felt to defeat a billionaire, she simply said, "I didn't defeat anyone. I just reminded him that respect has no price tag. Everyone deserves it, no matter what language you speak, no matter the color of your skin." Her words spread just as fast as the story itself. And Victor? For weeks, he avoided the spotlight. His empire took a hit. But more than that, his pride took a blow he couldn't recover from. He was forced to face the truth. Money could buy him many things, but not class. Not dignity. Not respect. Months later, Naomi left Louvre. Not because she was fired, but because she chose to. She accepted a scholarship offered by a language institute that had seen her story. They wanted her to teach, to inspire others to use language as a bridge rather than a weapon. And so, the black waitress that a billionaire once mocked became something more, a teacher, a leader, a symbol. She proved a truth that Victor never understood. Arrogance speaks loudly, but dignity speaks louder. The moral: never underestimate the person in front of you. You never know the battles they've fought, the knowledge they carry, or the strength within them. Respect is not optional. It is the universal language, and those who refuse to learn it will one day find themselves silenced.